everybody, welcome on back to my channel. Sorry if you're gonna have a hard time hearing me. I'm kind of trying to not rush this video, but get this created before I have to head out to work in like 20 minutes. My furnace is about to kick on. I was gonna buy some microphones on like a, kind of out on a whim and just do like an impulse buy and get mics for my camera. Well, the new mics don't have the correct plug-in, so because my camera's too old now. I do need to get an upgraded camera, but until then, we're just gonna have to deal with it. It is what it is. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Tyler. I'm a self-taught artist in southern Minnesota. I've lived here almost my entire life. There was a brief summary of my lifetime where I did live out east, kind of in like New Jersey, New York area. I pursued my dreams of becoming a high fashion model. That was before I dyed my hair and got covered in tattoos and lived the life I wanted to do. Or who I wanted to be. The words aren't wording today. This piece that I'm going to be showing you, it means a lot to me. I feel like okay, I'm going to start out with this. I feel like there's this sense of control that people have over me, especially being a people pleaser, and it's really hard for me to say no to things, so this is kind of my FU piece. My hair's a little not, it's still wet, and I need to dye it, and I need to cut it, but it is what it is, so here we are. We are coming, and we're just being ourselves today. So, this is the painting. It is 24 by 30. It's gorgeous. I put like the gold leaf here. Show you. I'll probably put some video clips in here as well. I love the gold leaf. That was my, well, actually not gold leaf. This is actually gold foil. When I started this piece, I primed the canvas, and again, sorry if you're, I'm gonna get up closer. Sorry if you have a hard time hearing me. My furnace kicked on. It's colder than shit outside, which is half the reason why I'm in a hoodie and I'm not like all dolled up and stuff, but I think that it kind of coincides with this video because this piece was about not striving for perfection. I feel like a lot of times we're glued to our devices, and I've been struggling with artist blocks the whole year of 2024. For those of you who are new, I did quit my job. I left corporate America in 2024, which I will be making a video about that very soon here. You'll be seeing that within the next month. I'm actually going to film it tomorrow. This week is just crazy, so I'm trying to pack all of this stuff in here, but anyways, I feel like a lot of times we're so glued to our devices and we're so focused on the outside world and the opinions of others that we feel trapped, we feel shackled to the chains of expectations of our family members, our friendships, what others want for us in our lives. And I don't know, personally for myself, I feel like this big sort of resistance, and when people try and tell me what to do, I get really pissed off. And that's just in my nature and who I am. I wouldn't be where I am today. It's like a blessing and a curse, right? Like sometimes it's not good to be like that. And then there are a lot of times, because if I didn't have that side of myself, I would be walked all over. So anyway, I was going through an artist block with this piece, and I was getting frustrated, and I think it was like that week, or maybe the last month, I was doodling clouds with lightning bolts, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna start out drawing something fun. I drew some checkers around it, and then I totally changed the concept, and I started putting all of these earth elements in it. So I started out with the cloud, and then I think what I added next was the moon, and then the sun, and then I added the waves, the earth, and then I saw this pocket here, and I was like, well, what a great opportunity to put a woman in there. Like, I just saw the outline, and I saw this vision in my mind, and more than often, probably 98% of the time or more, we find our solitude in nature. At least I do anyway. Nature is another thing. I feel like it's very healthy to disconnect from social media, as much of a blessing as it can be. And watching content, it depends on what you're consuming. Like, are you watching the news, or are you watching really negative shit and it's really depressing you? I mean, I have enough problems. I quit watching the news at 21, but this piece really represents shutting out the outside noise and getting closer to God, getting closer to Mother Earth, getting closer to Spirit, getting closer to in your spirituality. And oftentimes, like, this piece also represents, I didn't write this in the description on my website, but, I kind of struggle with Christianity. I'm just going to be very straightforward about this. I feel like it's very judgmental. There's a lot of judgy people. Everybody judges. And there are so many people who pretend like they don't judge, and that kind of pushed me out of the church environment in a way. And there was something that happened, and I don't talk about it. I probably will in the future, but I understand what church hurt is. And I feel like there's more to life than just trying to be perfect or striving for perfection, because I feel like it grew this self-hatred within myself, like I wasn't good enough and I'm never good enough. And just the opinions of other people, and I was really struggling with that, and I was shutting out so many parts of myself that it literally felt like hands were around my neck. I felt like I couldn't be myself, and I felt like I was putting on this facade, and I felt like my feelings weren't valid and they weren't right, and ultimately I just felt like a lot of things pulled me away from who I was. This isn't what the video is about, but that was one of the things that kind of sparked this, is because I'm a free spirit. I'm a spiritual being. We're all spiritual people, and we all have this spirituality within ourselves. Not everybody believes in a higher power. I know I do. I believe in God. And again, this isn't what the video is about, but that was part of it, was feeling like I needed to put on this facade or pretend to be happy all the time. Or even when I was okay, people would walk up to me and they'd be like, oh, like treating me like I was wounded or treated me like I was less than them. It was almost like a power trip, and I'm not speaking for all people, and I'm not going down that rabbit hole. I honestly wasn't planning on putting that into this video. Maybe I won't, maybe I will, I don't know. But my mom was Native American. She was half Ojibwe, and I burn sage, and I do a lot of spiritual practices. I do yoga, I believe in Reiki, I believe in massages, and I just feel like there's so many people fighting over what's right and what's wrong, and I think ultimately at the end of the day I have my own set of beliefs, and if that works for me, I think that that's fine. And I think that everybody's relationship with a higher power is so different, and I don't know why I'm talking about this, but I'm sick of trying to be perfect. I'm sick of trying to be somebody that I'm not. I've always been very authentic and lived in, you know, authenticity, but there was a part of myself in the people pleasing. It was kind of like an ego thing. It's like, okay, well, what can I do for this person or say yes so I feel better about myself? And it's still something that I struggle with, but this piece is surrendering and letting go. That's why I named it Boundless. Like, when I was looking at this piece, I was like, well, what am I going to call it? And there was two names, and I just kept hearing Boundless. And this is setting free of the expectations of others, because at the end of the day, the only person that's going to make you happy is you. You're the person that has free will. You're the person that has the free will to change these things. You get to choose who you hang out with. You get to choose who you surround yourself with. And I still feel this overwhelming pressure of, like, say if I'm struggling with my mental health, I have a very hard time telling people around me, because I feel like very misunderstood a lot of times, and it's still something I'm working on. That's one of my, you know, one of my character defaults. But I feel like all of these things that make us who we are, we're not meant to be perfect, and we're gonna improve in certain areas of our lives. And I think that that's why my appearance kind of suits today well. It's not that it's a bad appearance. I don't look terrible by means, but like, I wanted to like curl my hair and have my makeup and look super cute. And it's not that I don't look cute, it's just that I kind of let go of that pressure on myself, and I just got right into it, and I delved into this video. And it's funny how it coincides and everything just kind of runs together. But this piece is empowerment. This piece is finding joy in nature, finding joy in the little things. It's disconnecting from your devices. It's disconnecting from social media. And I've had a lot of people recently delete me and unfollow me, and I've had a lot of people on YouTube unsubscribe. And for the longest time it really bothered me, and there's still some days where it does, but I feel like the right people will find you. You are where you're supposed to be, is what I'm trying to say, and the right people will show up when they need to show up. And I think this painting is about allowing the process and just trusting more in God and trusting more in life itself, and just not clinging so hard to expectations of ourselves and maybe of others too in certain ways. Thank God my furnace kicked off. I am grateful for heat, don't get me wrong, but I feel like there's so much of myself that I've surrendered, and so many parts of myself that I let go of, and I stopped letting people walk all over me. And when you start setting boundaries with people, they get really pissed off and they get really frustrated with you. And I've been locked into my goals, and I've been working a lot of overtime. You're going to be seeing down the road, there's some videos coming up here where I am struggling and kind of in my feelings. And I'm filming this video, I think today's February 4th, so it'd be technically this week you're going to be seeing it. It'll post this Sunday. I'm kind of behind on this stuff, but I've been working really hard on my goals. I've been working really hard on my passions. It's not just because I think that I need to find my worth in my purpose or in my work, or find my worth in how hard I work. I'm trying to balance that, having fun, social life, and all these other things, and there's a lot of times where I feel like I'm not enough. and I'm not being a good enough friend, and I'm not being a good enough sister, and I'm not trying. I don't have the energy at the end of the day. I don't have a lot of time to do things, and I think at the end of the day, if you're doing the best that you can, that's enough. And I'm just focusing on myself, and there's a lot of people who've messaged me and they're like, hey, are you mad at me? I'm like, no, I don't even have energy to respond to certain messages. It takes me a couple of days because I just feel like I'm so behind. I have 5 videos to film, and you know, this painting is a good reminder of letting go of the pressure that I have on myself. I for sure need to finish this one by Sunday because today is Tuesday, and I had sales tax to file and all of that stuff. And yeah, this piece is just letting go and just letting things be as they are and riding the wave in life. And life is not easy by any means, and I know that there's people who've been through worse things through me. I know that there's people out there that haven't even scratched the surface. This is letting go of, you know, what people think, and finding your solitude and peace in your solitude, and finding meaning in life, and just kind of connecting the dots and not getting lost in, you know, the corporate or the overconsumption of so many things, whether it's purchasing, whether it's spending, whether it's all these other things. And at the end of the day, there's a lot of people who have judgment against me because I have tattoos, and they're like, oh, you're so pretty, why would you do that? Why would you mark up your body? I'm sorry, but if it's not your body, kindly fuck off. Is all I have to say. Or people are like, oh, in the Bible it says this, that, you know, you're going to hell. Well, you know what? I guess that sucks then, because my relationship with God is none of your business. And that might sound like I'm an asshole or egotistic, but seriously, in my 30 years of life, I've had enough of people trying to slam a book in my face and tell me that this is how I should live my life, when they're the biggest hypocrites out there. So I'm not putting anyone in a box. I'm not saying that anyone's bad. My character flaws and defaults as well. But I sure as hell can tell you what, I'm never going to tell somebody how to live their life, because it's none of my business. So that's what this piece is about. I know that maybe that was a rant session. Maybe this video won't perform very well on my channel. I don't really care anymore, because this is me, this is my channel, and I'm creative, I'm expressive, I feel things intensely, I feel things deeply, and I feel like this is me. This is how I feel. I feel so connected to the earth. I feel so connected to living things and animals, and a lot of times we forget. We forget to step outside, we forget to touch grass, we forget to get sunshine, we forget to stretch, or, you know, fix our posture, or, you know, do self-care things for ourselves and just fix ourselves a cup of coffee or get our toenails or fingernails done, because it's the little things that make us feel good. And this piece is also about taking care of Mother Earth. I've become very big on recycling, really trying hard. I bought some houseplants a few weeks ago, and I'm trying to keep them alive, and I've really been doing the research and asking people on their opinions, like, how do I not kill this plant? Because I'm like, I don't have a green thumb when it comes to succulents or cactuses, you know, because I grew up in the northern states, and I want to plant trees, and I want to have a garden, and I want to do all these things, and maybe that makes me an old person, but it's about the simple things. I want to have chickens and get my own eggs, and like, just live in the moment a lot more. I want to see the earth, I want to see nature, I want to see the things that are on this beautiful planet. I know I've been so confined to Minnesota. I've lived here my entire life, but I have this itch to just travel for the last 3 years, at least 3 or 4 years, and I'm gonna make it happen. And I'm gonna make it happen with art, and art's what's gonna buy me freedom. And oh, by the way, there's a microwave there. This is my kitchen, because I have a tiny house, and my goal is to pay off my house, and it's the little things. I don't need nothing lavish. One day it would be cool to have a little bit bigger of a space where I don't have to create in my kitchen, but this is life, and I'm accepting it for what it is, because life has no bounds. It's limitless. You can do whatever you want, and there's so many people who want to try and shove you in a box and stick a label on you, and I'm the person crushing the box and like sticking my middle finger up in there, and I'm like, you're not going to tell me how I'm going to live my life. I'm sick of being stepped on, because it's your life. So that's what this piece is about. I hope that that makes sense, and I hope that it kind of coincides with your life. I'm going to get this listed this week, because I don't think it's listed on my website, but by the time you watch this video, It'll be listed for sale. Eventually I'm gonna get prints. Drop me a comment below if this is a piece that you'd be interested in buying prints of. If you want to check out my art, my website is www.rockinbakken.com. You can click on the shop link. Also, I do have a Patreon. It gives you behind the scenes footage and one-on-one interaction with me, and you get a taste of it first. Like, my content's a month ahead in schedule. Like, obviously I'm filming this video the same week it's posting, but that's because I'm behind on stories behind my artwork. You get to see firsthand where I'm at in life, and I go more into depth about mental health and kind of where I'm at in my journey, and I write a lot, and I'm very passionate. So if that sounds like it's up your alley, feel free to join my Patreon. There's a link down below in the description. But I've been rambling for too long. I have to leave to work in like less than 5 minutes, probably 2 minutes. So I'm gonna end this video here. And thank you so much. This is one of my pieces that I'm the most proud of. And there was a big lack of response from the world that it got on, like, for the short form content of it. So I hope this resonates with you, and drop me a comment down below where you feel like you're trapped in life, and if you kind of have a plan on how to get out of it. Go touch some grass today. And if there's no grass, go outside and get some sunshine. If there's no sunshine, go to the gym, because those are all things that I've been doing. So anyway, if you're returning, thank you so much for watching. Again, if you're new, please feel... I'm gonna slow down. Please feel free to subscribe. Until next time, my homages, peace out, and have a great rest of your week. I will see you in the next video. Bye!